So, why not? Created step trigger only opponents. Interesting. We're on the draw versus PO, but you still can't. You're not gonna mulligan this, are you, Joe? I would keep it. Just having the null rod on the first turn. If we hit a Moxen, then we can play a God Pharaoh on the second turn. I guess we can't if the null rod resolves. No, we'd be 1 mana short. Is the opponent just going to tinker us on turn 1? Oh, they're going to grid. Okay, don't care about that. That's actually great for us, because this means that if opponent doesn't play 3 mana, they can't force our null rod. Hell yes. Hell yeah, I accept. I accept. Of course. I'm okay with this. Everything's fine. We get to strip mine the island afterwards, too. Woo. Alright. Opponent's got an island. You know, sometimes I find the line. This time I think we found the line. So, you definitely like strip mining here over playing Cloister, right? I guess that's like a pretty... I think it's like a case to be... We cannot use our Lotus because there's a null rod in play. So we either can strip mine the island or play a Tolarian and play Bottle Cloister. Which I think there are merits to both of them. I'm leaning towards strip for sure, though. Yeah. I think this prevents him from drawing any 1 mana spells that would... Or, like, casting 1 mana spells that would find him 2 Hercules Recall. I think we have enough time to wait on the Cloister. I guess... Oh, no. Oh, Justin. I'm just going to play out this Lotus. It'll be an extra mana when we have Academy. Before I accidentally play like a sphere and forget to play my Lotus out. Oh, hit a land. Ooh. I can't activate the abilities on this, though. So I can only make 2 mana on this. But this is a 5-turn clock. But it's possible I could start double, like, sphering next turn if I play a Cloister. Everyone wants me to play the Karn. I guess I do have a God Pharaoh statue no matter what next turn, which means I don't really need to play a Cloister. I can just put a clock in play. That's pretty reasonable, I think. I actually get to waste and God Pharaoh statue if opponent doesn't have another island, which would be weird, but... Maybe opponent will forget that there's a null rod in play and concede to my Karn. That's true. This is even better than playing 2 spheres. You're definitely right. I agree with you guys in the chats. Yes, I'm not saying anything about being strictly better. I'm just saying I already have it. I don't need to draw into double sphere or anything. Oh, excuse me. Did Matt end up playing DPS? Ooh, wow. Opponent hit Tolarian Academy. That's insane. They're gonna draw 6 cards here. Because their last card's PO. Reasonable. Ah! Hopefully opponent doesn't also draw Hercules Recall off their 6 cards. I can't believe they hit Tolarian blind off the top after hitting land. Brandon's such a powerful wizard. Holy moly. Alright, I think we're safe. It's really lucky. Now, opponent's not even going to replay grid, obviously, so it's going to be hard for us to resolve our statue, unfortunately, but unless opponent didn't draw blue card force, like it was only 6 cards, right? Please resolve. It's just a God Pharaoh statue. Look at it. It's so pretty. You want this in play. Trust me, Brandon. You want it in play. Aha! 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 Alright, we're still fine. Everything's fine. Everything's still fine. Opponent was only largely lucky, but not immensely lucky. Everything's fine again. Everything is okay. Ooh, they even lose a life at the end of turn. What a magical card. I was so scared. I was so scared. Oh boy. I don't really want to play this Urbog because I don't want them to be able to not crack. So let's think about this. Are there any activated abilities that we would want to be stopping? There's Narset, there might be Teferi. I mean, obviously those both cost 5. I think you probably just named Teferi anyways, because like the only card. So turn 1 Null Rod, confirmed good against PO, all artifact draw. Okay, so board plan. Another Null Rod. I mean, we're already pretty good against PO, right? Yeah, I think they're dead. I agree. Are there any other things we really want? Like, do we really want to play this against Hercules Recall? You bring in Cage to stop Tinker and Tinker things? Both of the Tinker things? Reasonable? I think that's reasonable. Sure. So, what don't we want? We definitely want these and these. We might not want these. We might not need all these. We want all these. I don't know about Spyglass. And we probably only need 1 bridge, so. Yeah, I guess that's fair. So Tabernacle, 1 bridge, 1 Crucible? Or 1 Spyglass, maybe? Or 1 Clayster? Could see all of them being medium. You keep Spyglass. Interesting. I mean, it's okay versus PO. Slim a Golos. Okay. Alright. I trust you. I asked you to win me the challenge today, so I'm in. That's fair. That's a completely reasonable point. So, our big threat here is opposing Hercules Recalls. Let's go take a look at see how many Hercules Recalls we think Brandon's running today. Last PO outing, Brandon ran a total of 4 Hercules Recall. So, we have a Blightsteel to worry about and 4 Hercules Recall. Looks like he doesn't even run Teferi. He's on kind of the grid combo version. Oh man, Zekfin, that's why you're a powerful wizard. You know all the cool strats. I would have never thought to board out bad cards and bring in good cards. Who never thought about this? Turn 1, not much happening. This seems like not the hand you'd want to keep against PO. Could definitely get around to keeping this versus something else, but I think this is definitely not something we're looking for versus PO. It doesn't have the explosiveness required. This hand has a Mana Crypt, a Sphere, a Lodestone. We can probably just bottom Smokestack. This seems like a reasonable keep. You're gonna bottom Smokestack, yes? Or Cloister, I guess. One of those two. This doesn't really seem like a game we're gonna be able to Smokestack anyone. Is my inclination. I'm gonna go with my gut and say Smokestack. Cloister does have problems with Hercules. It is a very true point. But if you're getting Hercules after you have a Cloister out, you're probably not winning anyways, so at that point in the game. I've cast Hercules against Cloister, so I've been there. It's pretty sick. Opponent is on more Hercules than the average PO player too. Woo-hoo. You just do it. Fetch a basic island. Do it. That's brutal. Okay. I see. It's not what I wanted. Alright, hopefully the sphere resolves. That'd be lit. Woohoo! Okay. Alright, okay. Does that change anything? I don't think so. I think we still want to just sphere and strip. Obviously, it puts us in a position where we can't really cast our Crucible next turn if our sphere resolves, but I don't think it changes anything, though. I think the most important thing is to have a sphere resistance in play. Woohoo! I'll take like a Lotus here. That's pretty good too. Sometimes that happens that way, yeah. So this should be good enough. Unless opponent like plays a bunch of Moxen out right now. Well, Moxen number 1. Only one Moxen. Alright, well. I'm definitely okay with taking the turn off to strip here. Especially with the opponent missing their land drop that turn. And this doesn't actually stop them from casting Moxen anyways. I think I'm going to play out the Inventor's Fair instead of putting the Strip Mine from my yard, just to get some health. I mean, the health probably doesn't really matter. I'm going to play the Lodestone first, and then this might get Force of Will. I probably am supposed to play Thorn of Amethyst instead of Lodestone here. That was probably a little mistake, because the opponent actually has the ability to force this. Though they have the ability to Force of Negation this, so maybe it ends up not mattering too much, but I think that I probably was supposed to play Thorn instead of playing Lodestone there. A minor mistake, but it could end up costing me. It's definitely possible. Hard with having a Strip Mine lock in play, though. Now we could play a Strip Mine and still be able to find something with Inventor's Fair. Oh, opponent has a fetch land. Oh, they used their fetch land. That's interesting. They can't cast Hurkyl's Recall with the current mana situation unless they find a mana crypt. 2 mana for a 1 mana spell playing a top. Interesting. Okay. Now we get to Strip Mine though, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's like could be a little aggressive. We have a Sphere in play, so opponent can't play any more spells this turn. We're gonna strip and play a Thorn, and we should be in a good shape. That's yeah, I guess that is true because it would turn on the Mox Opal and that'd be 3. Definitely regret not casting this, though it would also have been Force of Willed. Now we get to get some life back. Alright, so let's get a Thorn in here. Let's strip mine this island. And pass. Opponent still has 2 mana. And now they have 3 mana. But Hurkyl's is 4 at the moment. Can't stop them if they keep drawing these fetches, though. So the name of the game here is try not to get Hurkyl's recalled. So what am I gonna do? Probably going to replay Strip Mine and end of turn fetch with Inventor's Fair and get the God Pharaoh's thing or something that does, or a Null Rod. I guess that God Pharaoh's thing costs 8, huh? And I currently will only have 7, so that's not good. So maybe just a Null Rod. We just have to hope our opponent doesn't have another fetch land and Hurkyl's Recall us, I guess. Also, they can't fetch at the end of turn to shuffle with their top because we have a Strip Mine. Yeah, that's I think that's what we have to do and see how it works out. Who's a good boy? Who's a good... Look at the good boy. I've gotten a lot of different chess avatars recently, but this is definitely the best one. So obviously, opponent can just play another land here, and Hurkyl's Recall us, and that makes our game a little more difficult. Doggo. That's a good boy. Oh my God! Stop! Why is it always Tolarian Academy? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It's still okay. I mean, if we get Hurkyl's, they're not going to be able to play. They're not going to be able to play anything crazy. Oh, there's the Hurkyl's Recall targeting us. So we should float 2 mana at the very least to use our Inventor's Fair. Good thing we never... I think we have to board these out, Show. I don't think these are good. Wait, what? Oh, I have to use my Inventor's Fair. I see. Aha, this has Metalcraft. Why doesn't it have the word Metalcraft on it? Less than ideal, I would agree. I still don't know what this is accomplishing, but yeah. I feel like they should just have the word Metalcraft on it. Ugh. I don't know. They're getting rid of the floating mana that I forgot to use with my Inventor's Fair. But we kind of want to have an extra mana anyways for next turn, maybe, so... That's true. It only checks it on I mean, you can't activate it if you don't have enough, so it's still checking on activation. Oh, you're saying to okay. Opponent is drawing with their top. What is that doing? They're cracking away their top. What do they have? A time walk? We're still gonna strip mine your Valerian Academy. But maybe they'll tinker us out of the game. This is a dig through time. It's time walk. Alright, well, I'm gonna strip mine your Valerian Academy. Oh, and hope we don't get tinkered, I guess. I guess it really wouldn't have mattered much, but these probably should just be any other card, huh? Lotus Tinker? Lotus Yogwill? Opponent really hits some solid Magic the Gathering cards here. Twister. Jeez. Ow! I'm glad I didn't use my Inventor's Fair. Seems we were one turn too slow. PO for 3. I can't believe they hit Tolarian again. Ah, not good. That's a restricted card. I mean, if someone didn't play during Scars, they wouldn't know what Metalcraft is, so it's kind of not reasonable for it to be on a card when people don't have that prior knowledge. At Vampiric passed the turn. Well, I hope we draw like a Null Rod. Of course we did not draw a Null Rod. Can we Inventor's Fair for a Null? I mean, for Inventor's Fair for a Null Rod? Like, they could have gotten a Tolarian with their Vampiric as well. So if we do 4... We need to have a Thorn in play, though, right? So if we play a Thorn and then Inventor's Fair, that leaves us with only 2 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 1 extra mana floating, Thorn, 1 extra mana floating, we're 1 mana short. I guess if we go Crucible, so Crucible, 1 mana floating, we're 1 mana short. So I think we're just short of casting a Null Rod, right? I'm seeing us as 1 mana short. So I'm gonna play an Ancient Tomb. I'm gonna play a Thorn and an Ancient Tomb and hope it's good enough to not die. Which it's not. Opponent will just kill us with Tinker. The opponent drew Tolarian Academy twice. It's pretty unfortunate. Ooh, just me, myself, and I. This is another Hercules recall. Cool. I should have gone and gotten a Null Rod. I just didn't. I'm going to concede a Tinker here, so it's fine. I didn't even wait for it to be cast. Alright, try again. I mean, not like any of those other cards would have done anything different, so I think we'll just take a Spyglass for a Cloister here. I still don't exactly understand what we're, like, Spyglassing. Just naming fetches? Okay. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. On the play, versus PO, what do we got? We've got Null Rod. we can like go Spyglass Revoker and then untap and go Revoker Null Rod. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think we just lead with Spyglass and then play Revoker, untap, play Revoker, and then Null Rod after we've spent all of our spells and hope that's good enough. I think it's a pretty okay keep. If only created Step Trigger, only opponents would stop. Woohoo! Just me, myself, and I. I guess we could, yeah, we could always Rod if we absolutely have to. I really hope we don't want our Null Rod. So opponent has a Mana Vault. Opponent has no fetch lands. Opponent has Tolarian Academy again. Opponent has a Sensei's Top and a Mystical Tutor. So we can just name top, name Mana Vault. They can still Mystical Tutor for Tinkering. And then they'll be short. They can tinker us on the third turn. I think they can tinker us on the third turn of the game. They play, I don't know, Mana Vault, Opal. I mean, I don't think this changes our thing. I think we're naming Sensei's Top. And then we're playing a Revoker on Mana Vault. And then a Revoker on like Narset and playing a Null Rod or something. I guess we can Wasteland too. Especially if they were to play, say, a Tolarian Academy straight out. We could also just Wasteland one of the other lands as well. Alright. Sensei's Divining Top. Yeah, that's the line that I came up with as well. We have to try to avoid getting tinkered is our current game plan. I mean, I'm sure our opponent will just draw Lotus, right? So, Mana Vault. Alright. We might be able to just go Revoker, Opal, Wasteland, your normal land. And that might just be good. It might be good enough, even though we're not going to hit the Tolarian. So there's the C. I assume they'll play like a Vault or a Top here to start buffing up their Tolarian Academy. I can't imagine they would just like Mystical for Hurkyl's Recall. Yeah. Opal Vault. Okay, so we can just hit Opal and we hit our own Tolarian Academy. That's good for us because we're gonna Null Rod then. So in this case, play Revoker. Just name Narset. Narset. So I think you just hit this Underground Sea. We hit the Underground Sea, they can't, like, Mystical Tutor and then Hurkyl's. I think I'm just gonna hit the Underground Sea. We have to top deck, I think, to get out of this game, though. Opponent can still just go, like, Volcanic Top, untap, Mystical, Tolarian, Tinker me. Obviously, it's a little hard for them to go off. I mean, they're going to Blightsteel us, so it's not actually hard for them to go off through a Null Rod. So our best draw... I mean, they could even if they don't mystical, they can like get Hercules as well. So our best draw is really another Wasteland, a Crucible, a Cage, a Sphere, God Pharaoh thing, a Trinisphere. Now we need to like find an ensnaring bridge because we're gonna get a Blightsteel put into play. I don't know, man. I just can't win. Opponent had Tolarian all 3 games. Why? Brandon. Tolarian in all 3 matches. So I get 2 draws because I have a factory. We have an ensnaring bridge in our deck. We have a Karn and an ensnaring bridge in our board. We have... Oh. We have an Ancient Tomb, because of course we do. Just can't win. It's just a Tolarian in every game. Just can't. What the fuck? Stop it. I bet I get Hercules here too. Yo. Doesn't make any sense to PO. Can't cast Hercules after. Can't even F6 because I have a factory that I need to stand up. Wow, now I don't even think I'm probably gonna win the game if I draw those outs, because opponent will probably just Hercules after. It's too late. It's too late. God. Just can't beat 3 Tolarian games.